Hey everybody, 7 here, and thank you so much for joining me in our 6th fall Medieval Dynasty. Now, I'm thinking this one, we might have a bit of a take it easy kind of a season. Now, I know that there's been some back and forth, and even before I even started doing this series, I'd asked, should I do town building, should I do quests, should I cut the quests out altogether, and it was kind of mixed on that. Most people wanted to actually see the quests done. That Unigas story, I think, is the actual finale of the story. And I think it'd be a bit more fitting to have it completed in the winter. We're going to have this one be a bit of a chill out. We've definitely got a lot of work to do around the farm here. We're not producing quite amount of wheat that I want. The flax is honestly a little on the low side. I had the math a little wonky, and the flax that we're bringing in, 10 flax per string. I want to get a lot of string because we're going to have a lot of decorating this. Anyway, let's check for repairs. We'll dig our hole, and then we'll get started on the season. I am also going to want to keep up on these. Obviously, we don't need the meat, and we definitely don't need the fur and the leather because we're bringing in tons of that. But I do still want to get the survival skill up. Yeah, we're not doing any crazy hunting challenges and stuff like that, but there could be some quests coming up where we might need to fight some bandits or stuff like that. So, I just saw that flute in my inventory. That reminds me, don't forget to flirt with the girlfriend today. Alright, so both hunting lodges are broken. Both farm buildings are broken. Another thing that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be a little bit more cognizant of, when I'm talking. So I noticed a lot of times during my editing, I was talking in like menus and chests and stuff like that. I'm going to be trying to cut a lot of that just boring stuff out. If I'm going to be talking and explaining what we're doing, I at least want to have something to look at, because let's face it, in this game, there is an awful lot to look at. Yeah, see, we've got a few hiccups here. The oat problem is going to go away because, it's the middle of fall here, so we're going to harvest a whole ton of it up. The wheat should get better, but probably not 100% because we don't really have quite a lot of it. We're not really using it for a lot of recipe type stuff, but we are using it for flour, and we're using kind of a lot of flour. In fact, I don't think my barn is actually keeping up with the amount of flour that we're using per day. All done. Right, now these guys should prioritize harvest, fertilize, hoe, all of that. Or they're done with that, they'll probably get on to the next one that's actually touching. These ones over here are probably going to be a low priority just because of their distance, but we should be fine on that. Alrighty, let's go say good morning to the lady friend, and then we'll get out of here. Hi.
Hello there.
How are you doing, beautiful? Yeah, no. See, you, this will start popping up once you start getting a decent, percentage going, but I'm pretty sure you can't actually hit this until you get the full 100%. Alright, now just because she has a really fantastic sense of humor, I'm guessing this one's gonna go pretty well. Wait, only +3? Punish? Example? Oh, I love this one. How are you doing today, beautiful? Oh god, please with the more puns, yes. That one was 7. It's unbearable. Oh, I got you a little something. Didn't know everyone. My complete lack of musical talent. Yes.
Have a good day.
You too. I love you. You know what? Hang on just one sec. Before we do leave, I don't want my barn wasting time. So I know it's going to take them, heck, it might take them all the way until tomorrow to get to that wheat field. So I'm just going to grab a scythe real quick and then take care of it myself. Oh, geez. Besides, I'm going to get way more resources out of this than they will. Just because I think I've got 1 or 2 of the skills that can give me extras. Plus, I think Rasimir just gets more resources out of harvesting the field himself than the townsfolk do just naturally, so... Like, with no perks at all, I think. Plus, the new harvesting sounds are really cool. Like the sickle and the scythe sounds, they're just neat. Alright, got that tiny little bit taken care of. Let's go deposit this. It's not gonna last until next fall or whatever. So we're definitely gonna have to expand the farm. We're gonna need more just farm land out there. Oh geez. Totally forgot to toss all that. Plus, I just like seeing nothing in the upper corner, even if it's just for a minute. Oh, neat. Retorch. Oh, hello. Oh, nice! Well, that's actually a decent amount of cash. I don't envision myself doing much with orchard stuff. I have a regular habit of, I've gone through so many different towns and redone layouts and moved to different locations and all that stuff, but I always seem to come back to like really heavy tavern-based stuff, which means I end up, tearing down a majority of my regular farm fields and going completely berserk on orchards, and then I'm making like, crazy amounts of wine and beer and this and that. Oh, neat. But anyway, I want to try something different with this one. And that's really just so much of what makes this game special is, all the difficulty sliders and different town layouts and move to a different location and everything like that. Alright, let's get to work. Oh, cool. That holds 4. I could actually reduce my building number, because I've got 2 of the level 2s, which each hold 2 hunters. So I could actually put up the big one, move everybody into that one, and tear down the other one. I'll have to get a little bit more specific with how I want to run like the percentages and stuff. Because obviously right now I've got one, I think that's just doing like full tilt, nothing but raw meat, so the kitchen can, just grill it all up. Yeah, I know, I'm coming back with a ridiculous amount of rocks this time. There's actually a reason for that. I figured since I want to decorate this season, I'm also going to want to insulate everything that I possibly can. So I shut the excavation shed off entirely on stone, and he's getting only a little bit of clay and a ton of limestone. I'm just kind of like super loading my storage with rocks for a little bit. That way I've got enough for the blacksmiths to get all their stone stuff that they're making. Plus I'm probably gonna try to build at least a house or 2. I'm getting very, very close to the next level of building technology, which that's gonna give me the mine, and I am just so excited for that. Alrighty, and done. Still with good time, considering that, I had to mess around with repairs and a little bit of farming and some other stuff. Still decent time. Alright, the camp. This one is a pretty regular spawn. It's not every season, but make sure there's nobody actually here. Okay, you are abandoned this time. Just go for Wizen. This is the one that's right next to my town. Ooh, nice. Come on, man. Oh, a sec. Come on, guys, there's stuff here. Oh, there's parcels over here, too. A knife. Oh, not the stick. Oh, an iron knife. I don't even have my crossbow. Eat it, you guys. Couple bottles. Those will sell. Okay. Just random junk to sell. Yep, don't want. Oh, neat! I think I only need 1 though. Like I think each one counts as like a full set, essentially. So like if you get a horse or a donkey or something like that, you only need the 1. So the other 2 can be for sale. That's cool. One less thing I'll have to buy later. Alright, since it's after quitting time, maybe we get those upgrades done now. Just that I'm not, like, upsetting anybody's apple cart here. At least I want to keep on me. Just to remind myself to sell them. Oh my god, with the water. We really got to get somebody on this situation. You know what? It's so early. I'm gonna sell this stuff off just so I don't forget. You know, I don't want a handful of empty bottles and some seeds I'll never plant. It is worth a decent amount of cash. Which the funny thing is, I finally don't really need the cash. Not interested in your products. Take that hat too. Take 2 of those. Take that, all those. I don't need that anymore because I'm low-key cheating.
It's treating you. Goodbye.
I'd find somewhere to store those horseshoes though. I'm gonna want those because I really want a horse. I'm not even gonna bother with a donkey shed. In fact, I think I can make it. Yeah, I can make a donkey shelter. I'm not getting a donkey. 500 farming points? Yeah, farming points are no sweat to get. Hunting and survival points are kind of hard to get, but not farming. Let's rock out this barn and then get everybody reassigned. We're definitely not going to have enough logs for this. Not on me or nor in the storage, but that's fine. I just picked up a bronze axe. Actually, we are going to need a ton of logs because, if I remember correctly, I think the next level of the hunting lodge, I don't think that's made out of like stone and limestone. I think that the top tier level is made just out of pure logs. Alrighty, barn's done. Now we can go slap down the. Oh shoot! Make sure you reassign people. That was the whole point for doing it at night. I know you're getting annoyed with me. Listen, you've been unemployed for like an hour. Get out of here. You're definitely gonna need to chop down more trees. Ah, shoot, I didn't bring any planks with me. That's fine. I think I'm actually gonna take this opportunity to do a little bit better math on what the hunting lodge is actually bringing in. Because there's one that's bringing in a little meat and then some leather and some fur, and the other one's bringing just 100% meat. And we actually had to sell off just a crazy amount of it just because we ran out of storage. So once I get this thing back up, get the other one torn down, reassign everybody to it, I'm gonna look at what the kitchen is actually using per day, and I think what I might be able to do is like maybe manipulate some of the numbers so, you know, they're bringing meat, but also getting dried meat, but also having enough of the raw meat for leftovers for the kitchen to cook. Because the dried meat is better than the raw meat. The raw meat is like 3 or 4 points, I think, and then the dried meat is like 5, and I think the roasted meat is 6 or 8 or so, I want to say. So the cooked meat is actually the best. I mean, aside from like, you know, putting it into an actual meat pie or something like that, but that's a ways down the road. You know, anything to A, mitigate the amount of weight that we're putting in with just this terrible raw meat that nobody wants. And B, it'll also adjust our food production here too. Alright, so fire both of you. Alright, now assign everybody. And yeah, I know that in a hot second, once all these pregnancies happen, you know, we're just gonna have to reevaluate the numbers again anyway, but that's a later problem. Alright, right, because the one that I when you overlay an upgrade, it will keep exact same percentages of focus time that it did previously. You will have to reassign all of your workers when you do it, but it'll keep all of the percentages that were there. But we don't want that. Alright, so meat to dried meat and meat to roasted meat is a 1-to-1 thing. So the kitchen is using 98. So we're gonna try to get it to about 100-ish. 98.0. We've got 98 dried meat per day, plus an additional 98 for the kitchen, which is awesome. And then the rest we'll just put into... Yeah, alright, so slightly more fur than leather. Isn't that what the tailor needs? Or do you need more leather than fur? Nope, slightly more fur than leather. Perfect. And then once the 2 pregnancies happen, we'll just back both of these off for a little bit, and then increase these just to maintain the whole 98 thing. Although by that time the kitchen might be doing more because their production skills might be going up. In fact, they're both at 4s already, so... Alright, this is good. This is gonna really adjust our food situation. We're gonna have roasted meat, and dried meat, and the breads, and the scrambled eggs, and the gruel and porridge, and blah 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 like that. Yeah, we're gonna be just fine for food for the foreseeable future. And my lovely lady friend is making us not like filthy stinking rich, but definitely more than enough that we'll never have to rely on crafting clay vials to pay taxes again. Oh, that was embarrassing. But for the here and now, I will still at least have to make Rasmir breakfast tomorrow, so let's get a bunch of bowls. Alright, good night everybody. Got another busy day tomorrow. Ooh, got gross out there. I know you're hungry. Listen, breakfast is coming. And done. Ooh. Alrighty, let's toss the rest of this into the storage. Which that will actually pad the hunters and the cooks quite a bit. Yeah, 17 scrambled eggs. That'll last a while. I mean, the townsfolk are going to go through it like crazy, but all the stuff that the kitchen's making might actually last for a sec. Alright, now, everybody's got these really crappy straw Himleys, but I want to replace one of them. Because I think it's time we start getting this town at least a little on the aesthetic side. So we're going to be hanging a light. It doesn't do... Listen, it's not going to change the mood at all, because it doesn't matter if you've got these crappy straw Himleys, or if it's, you know, the big, crazy, you know, floral wreath things going on over here. It's the same, like, pointage. You know, I don't know if each one of these is like 2% happiness or what, but just occupying the slot is going to occupy the same amount of happiness no matter what's in that slot, essentially. Same with the rugs. But we're going to need just a crazy amount of linen thread. That's not a lot. I think that's enough for like 6 or 8. Oh, you know what? I should do the smelting first, just because of the weight. All right, let's do this first. And it's also more production points, which should get me closer to the mine. I'm so sick of running out there every day to go do it myself. I don't want to do this anymore. Plus, I really want to get these blacksmiths off of the Stone Age. I'm just going to skip right together over the Copper Age. Like, forget that. That's done. Because the thing is, once you get the mine, you can do the percentage focus like you can with every other, you know, profession or work site or whatever. So even though, you know, all 6 or whatever of the mines that are on the map, they all have way more copper in them than they have tin, you can still set them and adjust their focuses so that they bring in the same amount of copper and tin. It's gonna like just, they'll magically make tin out of nothing because, you know, obviously they'll get way more copper because there is more copper. But you can set them to like force them to bring in the same amount, and then you can have your blacksmiths just basically focusing entirely on bronze. Alrighty, done and done. Right, so barn's out of rye, and that's not changing, you know. It's not even rye season. I think rye goes down now, but comes up in the summer, maybe? I don't know, some of those wraparound ones that like stay in the ground over... Yeah, okay, so rye is going down now. But that means that we're not going to have any more until the summer. We got an okay flax field, but we're actually going to be... I love this. This is probably the best decision I've ever made. Like, the chickens and the pigs. What the hell? Oh, you idiot! You didn't move the pigs over! Oh, crap. Okay. And what was his name? Zamfir? Zamir. Yeah, I know, you're all gonna be out of food. Crap. Let's get this barn focus changed around a little bit here. I'll say a lot of this does not need to be nearly this high. That's probably way too high, but F it, we'll deal with it. But I am gonna need to make some manually, just because the chicken guy is probably gonna take. Chicken guy's probably gonna take stuff before the pig can. So I'm gonna need to get a little bit in there until the barn can get like a surplus going. Man, I literally just said I'm gonna try to talk less in menus and at crafting stations and stuff like that, and I keep talking in the damn menus. And done. Like, that just looks cool to me. Feeding the chickens right up in front of the farm like that, that's cool. I like that. There's you. Oh, we did not set your focus. And we're definitely going to want to go clean out the floor of the other one, because now the barn is all angry because we're completely out of manure. I actually was noticing that while I was mining. There's a 30 extra animal feed. I'm sure that's going to start piling up now. I set the... Actually, you know what? Yeah, the barn was already doing just fine on the animal feed. Let's reduce that back down. Put that back up. Yeah, I was noticing there was like a 1 posting in the upper left-hand corner, and it was only there for a second, so something was like being used and then getting converted into something like as fast as it could come in. Oh man, all that animal feed going to waste. I do wish there was a way to take that back. Because when you go to destroy a building, every building has some kind of storage in it. So, you know, here's a sack. In the production buildings, it's like a chest or whatever. There's a chest in the kitchen. But they always say, oh, you need to empty the storage chest before you destroy this. Nothing prompts you to take back all of the animal feed. It's like a good, what, 30, 40 animal feed in here, at least. Definitely going to want to get a little bit more field work going on here. Although here's the weirdest thing. The oat and the rye is identical for our growth. It's identical for our growth and identical for our usage. Oh, nice. Alright, let me take all that too. I do want to go grab a whole ton of rye. Because the thing is, we should be like nice lockstep on both of those. The field that's growing them is growing it in, you know, perfect 50-50 match. The kitchen is using 50-50 for oatmeal and for gruel. You know, we're only making flour out of the wheat. That's really the wheat's primary job. Let me check the bakery even, because, yeah, even the multigrain bread is using equal parts of oat and rye. But I don't know why we're out of rye. And we're not just out of rye, like the harvestable crop, we're lower on the actual grain as compared to the oat too.
Only the best products here.
Snag a whole mess of rye out of here. Hopefully it won't be too terribly much. Oh geez, you only got 50? It? Seriously?
Hello. Have a good day.
Yeah. Okay, so after looking at the barn, the flour production isn't necessarily keeping up quite with what the kitchen needs it to be, but at the same time, the barn doesn't have enough wheat to keep up with the flour production. Now, there are a few specifically named items in this game, and I really do wish that this one was named. Like, I want this to be Alwyn's home. So, I need more wheat, but I don't need a lot of wheat. So, let's see if we can you serious? Alright. I'm gonna take, like, just a few more of these little, like, strips, basically. And I'll just wheat these. 7. And there's that. And perfect. Yeah, we hit the road. 8. I want to try to get one more, like, sizable one here, and maybe try to split it into thirds. So we'll have just these little strips, and then, I guess every time I notice that I'm running low on wheat, I'll just make another 1x strip. Be like, okay, more wheat, please. Yeah, look at the little piglet running around the farm. I like it. I'm so glad that I moved that. I know, like, with the road being all super curvy over here, the options are pretty limited. 3x8. It's easily divisible by 3. What the? I just got pushed by this tiny little piglet. 3x8, 4x8. 6x6. I mean, 6x6 would probably be the best, you know, the largest size that I could get, but it's an awful lot of wasted space up in there. Like up by the road. I guess I could always earmark it for, like little tiny wheat strips if I need. Sorry lady, I kinda, yeah, my bad. Alright, so 9. So we're gonna do just the tiniest extra out of that. Tiniest extra amount of that. And tiniest extra amount of that. Perfect. I do still wish that I had a little more oat and rye, though. Can I get any kind of 2x action going on here? And if so, how much? 2x2, really? What's going on over here? Oh, rocks. Lots and lots of rocks is going on over here. And then we hit rocks over there. By 8? You know what? I'll take it, actually. And you know what the hell? I'll take that 2x2 as well. And perfect. And then it'll leave all of this over here. Because all of this will still be within, you know, the proximity of not sending a warning or anything. Where did that slot go for that 2x2? It's gonna be the goofiest, stupidest farm plot ever, but... Oh, 2x3? Wait, what? Alright. Cool. I don't know why just one extra row, you know, made me so much more positive about that, but it really did. I have a sinking suspicion that we might have almost too much wheat now, but we'll see. We'll see. But I'm thinking this is going to be okay now. Oh, geez, thirsty. Let's get something to drink. Always with the damn water. We're going to get the happiness cranked here. Now, I know I'm going to have to readjust the excavation shed probably pretty soon. It's just, as long as I'm doing my own mining, there's just so many stones that come out of that mine as you're getting all of the tin and the copper and all that. You know, I'm not getting my own limestone. I can, but it's super annoying. So So I might as well just get the rocks myself and then have somebody else get the limestone for me. Boy, that went quick. Alright, what else did we want to do this season? I think at least 2 more houses was what I was going for. Alrighty, so let's get a couple extra houses put up. We don't need them right this second, but once we... See, here's the thing, it's kind of a catch-22. Building houses is going to get me more, building technology. Building technology is going to give me that mine. So I don't need the houses now, but I will need the houses once I get the mine because I'm going to need at least 6 more extraction people. So we're basically building houses that we don't need, that we will. There, I'll push the stairs back a little bit. I know that somebody was very upset that their feet were getting wet. I personally like walking through the water on the shoreline. Like when I walk on the shoreline, I don't tend to walk on the actual beach, mostly because beaches in New York, they're not beaches. They're rocks and pebbles, and they're not really sand. If you see a sand beach in New York, it was trucked in. It's not real. It just occurred to me, I'm doing these opposite on either side. So when I line them up, there's going to be... See, the thing is, I was trying to be smart about it so that, there's not going to be open windows into each other's houses like that. But as we get further on down the line, that's inevitably going to happen. Oh well. I'll think of something. And there's number 1 done. And I got a little bit of rocks left over, so I can get a little bit of a start on number 2. And we'll get this poor guy to bed. No, do not hit me with that crappy foundation. Oh. We're just setting it back a little bit then. I'm getting annoyed with the foundation. How's this looking? Oh, you've got... stupid bushes in your front lawn now. They're at least parallel though, which is cool. Although it's not really lined up well with the shoreline. Like it's lined up decently with the house next to it. Now, I care a little bit less about it being lined up with the house next to it, and I want it better lined up with the shoreline. Man, there's rocks and stuff in the way just because of the stupid foundation that I want to get. Yeah, so just slightly crooked on the house next door, but yeah, it follows the shoreline a lot better. I like this. Alright, so we'll slam out all the rocks we have on hand here, and then we'll, oh, I don't have any logs, so we can't start in on the rest of this. There. We'll get this guy to bed, and then, I think there's some purchases I want to make tomorrow. We'll get him fed now too, so we don't have to wait for it in the morning. Let's see if this... Oh, see, here we go. We got some dried meat, we got some roasted meat, we have way too much regular meat still. I'm likely gonna have to sell off a bunch of that. Oh yeah, so that's 2. What? It's 2. Holy crap! I thought it was 4 or something. And 5, and 6. Okay. Alright, so we'll get him to bed. And then I'll probably do a little bit of forge type action in the morning. Because I'm going to want to sell a bunch of stuff off. Because we're going to go buy some stuff for decorating. Night, guys. Kind of a spooky fall here. Alright, so let's go copper knife like crazy. I mean, we're obviously certainly not hurting for money. It's just I want to make sure that I can, completely max out all the stuff that I want. Because I'm going to go out to the tailor in Veronica, but I'm thinking if I'm going to walk that far, why not walk all the way to Rolnica as well and pick up more rye? I don't know how this weird imbalance happened, but we had a really bad imbalance between the rye and the oat, so I kind of want to try to correct that. Good deal. Alright, so put every leftover away here. Okay, and my lovely lady friend made us a little bit of extra cash too. And the kitchen is posting that they're out of flour already. Man, listen. Maybe with whatever money's left over, we'll buy some wheat too.
Hello.
Hi.
Only the best products here.
Yeah, 22 is not... That's not the numbers that we were looking for, but that's okay. Yeah, I'll take all that too. It's gonna be super annoying turning that into thread,
Goodbye.
but even that was like, what, 35? That's only 3 threads. Oh wow, we've actually only got 480 bucks. Man, linen thread is really crazy expensive. Alright, so we'll probably just run out to Rolnica and just buy rye, and that's it. In fact, I'll bet that's what that number 2 is now flagging up there. Oh, no, it's just flour, flour, and more flour. Okay. Well, on the upside, it'll give me a chance to check for some of these little bonus items. Aw, no stone pile and no chest. It's a bummer. Hey,
How do you do? I've been a vendor since before you could walk.
this guy looks like he's in his 30s, and Rasimir is like 20-something, so just shush. Rye. Was able to get it all. Oh, barely. Like,
Farewell.
I was literally able to get, with my last 2 cents, get the last of his rye. That's fine. I mean, like I said, we've got all winter. The lady friend is making easily 500 bucks a day, probably more. And that's not even counting, you know, all of the copper and brass stuff that I could sell if I needed to. Our days of clay vials are long behind us. Ah, the usual Rolnica treasure trove. Okay. Oh, wow, actually, thanks. Oh. Oh, that's gonna be for sale. That's not... There's no camp here. I've never seen this before. Yeah, I was gonna say, they're clearly bandits. Just on the bridge like that? And there was stuff there, too. Oh, there's a wagon here and I want it. Oh, I'm still getting chased, though. Just look at it real quick. No. Keep moving. Just steal everything really quick before they beat you up. Interesting. I don't think that bandit camp spawned properly. It's like they should be like off in those trees, or like there's a flat spot over here that they usually populate into. Glad you guys weren't armed though, because I wasn't either. Like there's regularly in this little field section over here, there's bandit camp spawns, but those guys were definitely not in the right spot. They weren't supposed to spawn just on the bridge like that. They didn't have chairs. How odd. Man, this place is loaded. Oh, nice. That is actually pretty cool, getting just extra bonus wheat like this. And that was so weird, though. Like, just the way that they were standing. I honestly thought that, like, it was a campfire people bug or something. What in the world? Okay, I have never seen this many, and this is just all along the road between Rolnica and home. Oh my god, are you kidding me? This is out of control. Like, I've never seen this much stuff. Oh, and it's the herbalist one. There's a lot of pretty high value stuff going on in here. That was a good one. Poisons, potions. You know, I honestly think that the trip out there, I'm gonna profit more than what it cost me for the ride. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is so bad. That's... Yeah. One of these things is not like the other. I'm recording this before I've seen any comments on the previous one. God, I hope people tell me to tear that down.
Hello.
Hey.
Best goods in the valley.
I'm actually not here for your goods this time. Something tells me to hold that.
Goodbye.
Better. I can, okay, finish the house, but we've got a pretty crazy amount of fur over here. I mean, in fact, we're selling leather and fur at our resource stall here. We'll burn ourselves completely out of the linen, redecorating everybody's houses, and it's gonna look so cool. And then we'll take a whole bunch of fur, and we'll make sure everybody has rugs, because I don't remember if I did that or not. Never mind, we'll do water first. Then we'll finish the house. Then we'll decorate. Now, you know what? No, let's flour first. And I've got just like a handful of manure. It's weird. There's actually a little bit of manure in there, and wasn't any fertilizer, so that's kind of odd to me. So I'm padding them literally by 5, and that's it. And I'm hoping that they'll be able to keep up with it if I just get them to that threshold. Okay, so 140 flour. Yeah, because it's popping and disappearing and back and forth like that. Oh, all right. I think we've hit some kind of equilibrium here. See, I don't mind that this one is crooked to its neighbor because it follows the shoreline. Yeah, that I'm okay with. That one that's down the way, oh my god, I swear you can see it. You can see it from just down the street. That is so bad. Okay, I think we're self-sufficient here. So I apparently used several hundred stone, either between myself and the blacksmiths over there, because I had completely shut off the excavation shed, so they were doing exclusively limestone. Really don't want to have to run out to the mine and just pick up rocks and throw them into storage, but we might have to. Oh, actually, this house is finished, as far as rocks go. So, I mean, as long as I keep up the same trend, like when I do my mining tomorrow morning, as long as I'm making sure that I'm shoving a whole ton of rocks back into the storage as I'm dumping off the copper and the tin and everything, then I should be able to keep the excavation shed at full tilt limestone. All right, now if I remember correctly, I think slot 3. Oh, you know, we should probably grab some fur. I think pretty much everybody should have rugs, but I don't know, for some reason I have this nagging feeling that a couple of houses may have been forgotten, or like I ran out. All right, now here's the thing. The order is kind of weird. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. So there's the thing that we're gonna put. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. We're gonna light it twice, but there's a light right here that we can't get until the Iron Age. So we're gonna go. Nice. Yep, that's it perfectly. So awesome. All right, bye. Hey, you got all your rugs. Oh, jeez. You don't have... Oh, man. All right. Need an absolute crapload of straw now. How did somebody not have anything on their ceiling? Oh, your rug spaces, though. All right. 1, 2... Oh, okay, so no, it does go in some sort of like a clockwise order. Nice. Now, even though, you know, obviously my own decorations and my own mood don't matter at all, that's why my house was the last one to get the damn roof, I am hoping to be expecting guests soon, so Oh, and this is going to make the outrow so much cooler. I'm excited. I can't wait for it. It would be kind of cool if the demolitions expert worked for this. You know, so I could get the 50% of whatever decoration resources went in back. Because honestly, some of these decorations are a little on the expensive side. Rugs, nothing on the roof. Man, how did I neglect everybody's roof so bad? You jerk! Oh, and I ran out of it too. Oh, fat-fingered slippage. No. Yeah, and of course it was the linen. Oh no. Well, let's go check to make sure that. Well, yeah. See, this is the thing. I thought there were a couple of houses that didn't have rugs. I'm not sure why we have such up-tempo, high-action music going on here. Wait, is this the jank one? No, that's the jank one. All right, never mind. I was gonna, I was gonna try to like keep in the back of my head to not decorate the janky one, just in case, you know, people in the comments were like, yes, do get rid of that. That thing is a complete eyesore. Yeah, I was gonna try to keep it in the back of my head, like, oh, don't fully decorate the janky house. Oh, the other thing I was just gonna say, why are we having such crazy up-tempo music right now? Yeah, it's 9 o'clock at night. We're getting ready for bed, man. I wonder if it's got anything to do with that strange fight that we didn't really get into. Also, the music has been sounding kind of wonky ever since those guys showed up. Alright, so that is 100% rugs. For now, anyway. If we get any more houses built, which we might have, like, maybe 1 or 2. Like I said, we might get a handful more in here. There's not really any positions other than those 6, the 6 extractors that we're gonna need. You know, we don't have a lot of stuff that we really need people for right now. So let me throw all of our materials back away, and we can get Rasmir to bed at an actually decent hour this time. Look at how cool that is. And it's gonna look even better when we get the other one, but the other one requires iron, so yeah, it's gonna look really awesome. I love when we start lighting the town, especially when you get, you know, multiple houses next to each other like this. It just looks so cool. So we still have a whole lot of roofs to work on, apparently. Like, not just for the lighting. I mean, everybody is gonna need lights, but we're also gonna need to fix all the Himleys, because apparently some people are missing them. Doesn't this look better? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me in our 6th fall. We got a ton of work done on the farm. The farm is approaching self-sufficient. We've got one little piglet that just got born this season, so hopefully that thing will be pooping away in no time, and we'll be on our way to really rocking out here. We've made great progress with our lady friend over here, and tomorrow we're going to be busy. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me this fall, and I really hope that you stick with me in the winter. This is 7. Good night, guys.